On the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, he's a part of ECR and is in the middle of things coming up on Sunday. And we'll see how good that Christian Rasmussen feels about this past weekend and the 110 coming up on Sunday, the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500. Christian joins us now again on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Hey, Christian, thank you for the time. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Fantastic. So I'm curious. First off, teammate Alexander Rossi, how are things going from what you know?
From what I know, everything is going well. As you all probably know, he went into a surgery yesterday to get things fixed up, but we are confident that he will be back in a car this Friday.
Yeah,
weather permits.
That was a hard hit right there. Without a doubt. It looked to be wind aided in that spin situation. Is that what went down?
Yeah, it looks like it. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, he didn't necessarily do anything wrong in the situation. You know, I've looked over his video and so on and so forth. And sometimes, man, the speedway just kind of chooses its victims, and you know, stuff like that can happen for the best of us, and it obviously did, you know, with Alex. So super unfortunate for him, for the whole 20 Java House crew, but that being said, you know, I'm confident that they'll put together a great backup car for him, and he'll be back and ready to go come race day.
Christian Rasmussen joins us. Does that affect, or I guess I should ask you, Christian, what type of effect, if at all, does that have on other areas of the race team when something unfortunate, unforeseen like that happens yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, everyone is obviously bummed, you know, and they've had a super strong car all month. So you never want to wreck your toy, especially not, you know, when you're on race week. But, you know, that being said, stuff like that happens. It's racing. We all know it. So they'll just have to, you know, get back after it, shake it off, and focus on what's ahead.
All right. How's your relationship with the Indianapolis Motor Speedway? I love asking this because it varies. It really does. It really kind of varies from, you know, what experience was most recently. How's your relationship with IMS so far in your young career here?
I would say my relationship with the IMS is good. You know, we've had some strong races there. I was the highest finishing rookie in my rookie year, finishing 12th. We finished 6th last year. So it's been good to me so far. We've had a pretty, you know, stress-free month. You know, we've just been dialing in the car, trying to get it better all the time, which I feel like we have been doing. You know, so I feel like we're in a good spot. I feel like we've made good progress throughout the month, and I'm excited to see what's ahead. You know, Mass is kind of on my side. You know, finishing 12th the first year, 6th the second year. So maybe we're in for a big weekend.
From Copenhagen, Denmark, and you're from Europe, and I don't know if you're a fan of EDM and Martin Garrix or not. Are you a big Martin Garrix guy at all?
I like EDM.
Yes, well, I've been introduced. I'm old, but I've been introduced to that to my son, and Martin Garrix is one. And the reason why I bring that up is there seems to be with IMS a certain rhythm that you get when you're out there, and you want to maintain that rhythm. What is yours out there? What's your feel good as far as knowing what you're doing and feeling positive about what you're driving and the results you feel you're going to have at IMS?
I feel like it's very. It comes down to your procedure in a way, you know, like it's especially, you know, coming back for a third year now. I kind of have a better understanding of what I need out of the car and what I want out of the car. So just having, you know, a structured way of working towards that goal, I think is what gives me confidence in what I have and gives me confidence to go out and hopefully race for the win on Sunday.
So Who's your favorite EDM artist? Do you have one?
Probably Fred again. Is probably my favorite right now.
I was the oldest guy. I went to Cincinnati with my son back in February to see Excision. Do you know who Excision is?
I am not familiar now.
Yeah, I was by far the oldest person there, by far. and because that's going to be while you're driving and concentrating on different things. The Snake Pit will be active coming up on Sunday, and Zed is somebody that I know very well, and he's going to be headlining that event. I have seen Wooly, and Wooly is a part of that too. So I feel like I'm 56. I'm maybe the most well-versed 56-year-old in EDM imaginable.
Man, it sure
right
sounds
here.
Like it.
Yeah, how about that? I'm trying not to show my age on this too. Speaking of,
I think you're doing very well.
Yeah, speaking of showing his age, a friend of mine is your boss, Ed Carpenter Racing, and he has suggested that in the past it's okay if you, the driver, if we make fun of him and maybe poke some fun at him. As a boss, how is Ed Carpenter for you? How has he been at ECR?
Well, he's been absent for this month. He turns in from team owner Ed, he turns into driver Ed, and he's quite different. No, I love working with Ed. He was obviously he gave me my big chance first coming into IndyCar in the first place, and has kept believing in me. So I love working with Ed. He's a huge resource, especially around the speedway as well as all the other races that we go to. No, I love working with him, and it's been a great relationship so far.
When he's driver and not so much the owner in the month of May as he is being behind the wheel, does he offer up advice for you guys?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I think, like I said, he's a huge resource, and whatever I need, whatever questions I have, he's always happy to help me out.
Does he offer up criticism at the same time during the month of May when he's a driver?
Well, I think that's part of good advice. I think is telling things like they are. So it depends on the situation, but I can always trust him to give me what he thinks.
It's Christian Rasmussen joins us from ECR on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. So I was talking to Felix a little bit earlier, and we were going over the weather stuff. And, it's a common sports cliche or saying here in America where you just kind of push through it, and stuff you can't control, you block out and focus on the things you can. But can you ever really, truly block out the weather conditions? Because even when it is a glorious day to the fans or to the media or to us in general, it may not be great for you and what you're trying to accomplish at IMS. Can you ever truly block out what the weather situation is when you're out there, trying to find the results you're looking for?
Well, at the end of the day, it's the same for all of us, right? We're surrounded at the same place. We all have the same weather. So at the end of the day, like you say, for stuff like that, you don't really have any control over, and you just have to kind of see what it gets you, and hopefully we'll get the race in. I think it's looking better and better from what I've been looking at. So to answer your question straight, no, you can't completely block it out. Obviously, we're watching it and monitoring and to see what happens. But it's there's not really much you can do about it. So
you start, speaking of old guys like me, you start in row 5 with a couple of old guys. Is that good or bad? If you're going to start with old guys, would you rather start with old guys or young guys around you?
It's fine. It's good to know that you have experienced guys around you. I'll have Ed to the very inside of the row, so a little ECR sandwich there. No, it's good. It's good to be around experienced guys, so I don't mind that.
Yeah, you got Taku in front of you too. That's the former champion. You got a lot, obviously next to you as well with LAO. You got a lot of incredible experience and some great results surrounding you to start that race on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure.
So Christian Rasmussen joins us. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. You say you like your time at IMS so far. How you feeling? Because now you got a little bit of a time window before hopefully you get to see what you got on Friday. We'll see how that goes. But how do you feel about your ride, your equipment, and your personnel going into the 110th running coming up on Sunday?
No, I'll say, going into this month of May, I would say the most confident I have ever been in my, still relatively short career in IndyCar. We're building on that, but no, very confident. I think we've had a super strong package all month long. Obviously, Alex got to show a little bit more of it in qualifying than both me and Ed, but it's a testament to that the cars really does have the speed, even though neither me or Ed quite got it done in qualifying. I think we have good cars, and in race trim as well. I feel like we're strong. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what we can do.
Hey, in terms of confidence that you have where you are right now and the team that you have and the car that you have, where's that? Considering not just Indy 500s of the past, but races of the past, is this pretty high level of confidence you have going into Sunday?
Oh, for sure. I think looking back on the history of ECR at the Speedway, this is definitely one of their stronger tracks in general. So being a part of that program definitely instills confidence in the whole thing.
I've been trying to get my logo on ECR, and I did once upon a time. I got my logo on Ed's car. He put it in a wheel well.
Yeah.
So there's a wheel. I don't know if it really led him. I think he was still kind of middling there, so I don't know if we ever accomplished doing that again. But the logo was in the wheel. I guess I should just be proud that it was someplace on there.
That's
so
right.
That was pretty special.
Hey, whenever you can have your name on an Indy car, it's a pretty good day.
Well, no doubt, and it's always a good day to be out at IMS, and I tell you, go get them coming up on Sunday, because you're going to have so many people out. It's got to be incredible hitting that first turn when you're gathering speed, when the green flag flies. Is there anything like that moment for whether a young driver like you, or as we talked about, the older veteran driver? Is there anything like that experience?
Short answer, no. There's not. No, it's. I think it's the pinnacle of what we get to do as race car drivers is taking that first lap at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 500.
It may be the pinnacle of a lot of things, sports. I don't know if there's anything when you go into that first turn. I can't imagine what that feels like, because things have to just all of a sudden things have to shrink, right? And your window shrinks, and it's got to be incredible.
Yeah, and especially with 33 cars on track, it definitely narrows in.
Yeah. All right, Christian, go get him. Tell Ed that I said hello, and best of luck to you coming up on Sunday. Thanks for joining us today.
Will do. Thank you very much for having me.